and today there's going to be an in-depth tutorial on how to freestyle pass to your friends on unranked matches, online matches, any of that. I've been asked by like 4 people to do this tutorial. I've seen other people do it. I've gotten a little of an idea of what to do to make sure that you guys get the key points in. This is going to be live streamed because I had success in one of the air dribble videos that I did because it was so in depth. If people join in here, you guys can ask me stuff. I'll be sure to answer back, but mostly this is going to be just dedicated to me doing this tutorial. It's going to be about 13 to 15 minutes long, so let's get started. Alright. The first step in learning how to freestyle, obviously, is to get the ball to roll off the wall. This is the same thing you do when you air dribble, and basically you're going to want to jump into free play. This is the first thing you need to do. And then you need to get the hang of being able to roll the ball without it bouncing up. As you can see, that was a perfect roll. There's comments in the stream. Actually, I'm just going to focus on this tutorial for this one, so just watch. If you're in here, just watch and observe. Alright. So, after you get the hang of this, basically, you do this in all these situations in online. You're going to have to do it faster than other people to get the dribble off and get it up the wall and be able to get the pass to your teammate. So, first step is to make sure you're in the air before you hit the ball and flick as you touch it. It's kind of difficult at first to get the hang of, but it's easy after you get it. See, I wait till I touch the ball and then I flick. As you can see, it rolls up the wall perfectly. That's going to be the first step. That's so important that people don't understand. The second step is just like the air dribble. You're going to follow the ball up the wall the same way it goes up. As you can see here, I'm not moving my car in any way, shape, or form. I'm staying right next to it. And as you go up, you're going to touch it without jumping. And that's important. Do not jump on the first touch. This is very key. As you can see, it's rolling towards the wall. I'm following it without moving. It's like a weird angle. It starts to like turn your camera and it feels weird to not move. You feel like you need to move in a certain position, but you really don't. So watch. As you're moving towards the ball, I'm staying in the same spot, and as you go up, you see I get a perfect hit on it and it goes towards the center. This is so important. You need to know not to jump. If you jump, it's over because this is gonna happen. And then you're gonna, I can adjust to it because I do this a lot, but for a lot of you guys, you're gonna try to jump or flip or some bullshit like that, and we don't want to flip. That's something that we don't want to do. So after you get the hang of hitting the ball off the wall, this is what it should look like. I'm gonna do it a couple more times. Keep in mind, if you're in this live stream, this is specific for a tutorial. I just felt like doing a live stream tutorial because other people like the air dribble one, so we're gonna do that again. Alright, as you can see, look, perfect touch. It goes straight to the middle. Like, you almost don't even have to pass it. Alright, so after you get the hang of this little hit here, no jump whatsoever, we're going to do the first touch. And this first touch is really difficult to get. So I advise you to go without the ball and learn this spin move here. If you don't know how to air roll, I also made a freestyle tutorial earlier on how to do that, so you can look that up. But this spin right here, it's just like a little turn towards the goal, is so important. The only difference is that was for the air drags. This time you're going to have to do it towards your friend to pass it to him in the air. Keep in mind, when your friend's receiving a pass, they're going to be doing something like this, along the lines of this, waiting for you to pass it to them. And then they hit it in, obviously. So you need to practice being able to jump off the wall and fly towards the other side. Seems like simple. You'll be like, this is bullshit. What are you trying to teach me? But this shit is hard, honestly. Like, after 2 hours you'll get it, like if you practice non-stop. But if you do not learn this move properly and learn to adjust to the situation of the ball, then you will not be able to freestyle pass consistently, and that's important. Alright, so after you get the hang of this, you'll be able to fly towards the ball, no problem. Maybe add a little freestyle spin in there too, add some flair. And you need to make sure you know how to do it on both sides. See, I'm moving towards the left wall, as you can see, and I'm jumping, and I'm able to adjust and move to the other side of the map. You need to make sure that you can do this on both sides, or else there's going to be a lot of situations where you mess up because you don't know how to turn your car. let me just explain the direction you put your stick in, because you hold the arrow button, mine's is L1, and then you move diagonally, your left stick diagonally down and to the right. So it's like, it will make this movement, but you need to adjust, obviously. You need to stop at a certain point. So it's like that, and then you stop, and then you start flying. Alright, let's go back to the ball now. Alright, so first step again, hitting the ball without making it roll, and then you're going to hit the ball off the wall without jumping, and then next is the flight. Alright, so let me do the flight now. So after you hit the ball, you're going to want to jump and hit the ball in the air like that. After you master that spin in the air, it's going to be so simple. You're going to be like, damn, Tazzy, I can do this shit easily. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I know, because it is easy after you get the hang of it. Watch. You do a simple spin. You see, I'm right with the ball. Like, there's nothing I have to do but boost. It's like a normal aerial. Obviously, if you don't know how to aerial, do not look at this tutorial and be like, I'm gonna try that shit, mom. Look what I can do. You're not gonna do it. It's just that simple. If you don't know how to aerial and control your car in the air, this is not gonna happen for you. But if you do know, then all you need to learn is that little spin to get there. Alright, so let's try it again. As you can see here, I hit the ball, turn, and then I tap it. That's key in the freestyle, because if you do air drags, that's gonna make it extremely hard. You see professionals like JHZER and MK pass while they're air dragging. That shit is difficult because your teammate will not know where you're gonna hit the ball next. You see, like, that second touch will make your teammate go, oh fuck. They'll be like, what are you doing? Are you retarded? And you'll be like, yes, because I try to air drag even though Tazzy told me not to. And you cannot be doing this. You have to make sure that you tap it once. This is just to make it easier for you guys to get used to it. So, as you can see here, I'm going to tap it once off the wall, jump, and tap it again. I recommend cars that are flat, like the Dominus. I switched to the Dominus for this tutorial and specifically because the Octane, I was using it, and it makes it hard to pop off the wall and be able to pass it. Like if you use the Batmobile, that's a good car. If you use like the Paladin even, I tried that. That's like one of the old cars. They work because they're like flat. But alright, let's get to the next step. This is basically the premise of the whole freestyle tutorial, is to be able to touch it in the air. But there's some situations where you need to flip. Remember, you need to learn how to do all of this without flipping. You're going to try to be like, oh, let me try to hit that shit. No, you're not going to do that because it's never going to work in your life. I mean, you might hit it to your teammate and it might work, but you will have zero control of your car and you'll never be able to do controlled passes. So, if you're over here trying to go like, ah, shit, you're never going to get anywhere in your freestyling career. Let me just tell you that, because I used to do that thinking that, oh wow, as long as I touch it, it might work. No, it won't. You need to make sure you learn control of your car and are able to pass it consistently. As you can see, I've hit it like almost every time. I think I missed once, I'm not sure. But you need to learn how to pass it consistently without having trouble. As you can see, I'm going slow every time just for the tutorial, but in the game, you're not going to be able to go this slow. No one's going to look at you and be like, oh, he's trying to freestyle pass, let's let him do that. I mean, there's some games where I have been where we just took turns, but no one's going to let you go up this slow on the wall and do it. So obviously you need to practice hitting the ball extremely fast and adjusting to the situation. But first, just for training purposes, we're going to keep going slow. Alright, so the next step is the flip. This is something harder, and this is for if your teammate is across the map. As you can see, it goes faster for them and they'll have less time to adjust. It'll make it harder to receive. And I'm going to make another tutorial on how to receive freestyle passes, but for now this is just the passing part. This can be like, you see how I passed it over here and I was over there? Like, if your teammate's in front of you, it would have worked. He could have just like flew up and redirected it in, something like that. But these are basically snipes. Like JHZER went over this in a tutorial he did, and this is basically where I learned it from. He calls them snipes, and I'm going to call them snipes because I'm a fanboy. Alright, so as you can see here, oh, I didn't get my flip, but I was ready to push it across the map hella fast, like almost at lightning speed. You'll be like, damn. So make sure you have your angle in, go, and then you flip. It adds a little push, and sometimes, only sometimes, well, a lot of the times, you'll have to flip just to make sure it stays in the air long enough. And I don't know how I could explain this to you in the tutorial, but you see, you don't want it to go down like I just did there. if it goes down, your teammate's gonna have to adjust a lot to get to the ball, and you want your teammate to be up in the air at all times. This is how you're gonna receive a pass. I'm gonna just explain it now. If you're receiving passes, this is step 2 basically for your teammate. You need to make sure you go towards the goal at all times. This is your objective. You see your teammate over there with the ball. Like let's say your teammate is over there on that wall, and you're in the middle right here, and he's gonna pass it to the goal. He's gonna pass it across, like towards this direction. You do not want to go towards him. That's the main problem. The reason is because you have ball cam on. It's kind of confusing. You might see him over there, and you'll be like, oh, I got it, dude. Pass it to me. They pass it. It goes straight over here, and you're going towards them, and they're like, what the fuck, dude? You fucking suck. Why'd I invite you to this? And that's because you did not listen to this tutorial. So, when you are freestyling, if you know how to freestyle, because you can do this without freestyling, you could just be like receiving a ball and just staying up in the air like this. You need to learn how to float in the air, which is important. If you don't know how to float, that's bad, because then this will be extremely hard for you. You need to learn how to stay in one position. Well, not exactly one position, but Darth, nice tutorial. Sorry if I'm annoying. Dude, I love you, man. You're not annoying. It's just earlier you were spamming me a little bit. But yeah. So if you want to comment or text, just text it like he did, because I don't feel like opening the comments while I'm doing this tutorial. But yeah, if you're receiving a pass, you need to learn how to float, because there's some times where you're going to be going too fast towards the ball, and you're going to need to do this, what I'm doing here. If you're freestyling, you're going to need to know how to do this, and this is extremely difficult for people who don't know how to aerial, so don't even look at this and be like, I'm going to try it, mom, because like I said earlier, you're a dumb bitch. You need to learn how to aerial first. So after you're going for the ball, they're going to pass it to you. You need to learn how to adjust to the ball correctly and float to hit it on time. This is something you'll learn from experience practicing with your friends. That's why I'm saying passing is the hardest part. The hardest part of the freestyle is the pass. Everything else, receiving, is easier. I promise you it's easier. I mean, it's frustrating sometimes because you won't be able to hit it after they do a perfect pass, but it's better to know how to pass than to know how to shoot, because everyone can shoot that shit in. Alright, so this is going to be the last review, and then I'm going to stop the stream here. This was just for tutorial purposes. I might stream later. As you can see, I'm streaming on PS4 because I didn't want any interruptions whatsoever. So this is going to be the last rundown. Make sure the ball is rolling. There will be times where the ball will do this. I'm going to see if I can get it to do it. I didn't do it. But sometimes the ball will go up the wall like this and it will pop off, and that's frustrating. It happens to me all the time. I don't know if I could get it. Let's see. It might happen here. Nope, it doesn't. It just doesn't want to explain it to you guys. But the ball will pop off the wall and it'll make it hard for you, and that's sad. Sometimes you need to adjust to it, but make sure the ball is rolling perfectly off the wall, and then you need to hit it. Oh, this is a key point. I'm sorry, I didn't explain this earlier. You need to make sure you wait for the ball to roll up. Do not do this. Do not chase it, because you will hit it hard, it will hit the ceiling, it will stay stuck to the wall, and you will mess up and you will cry. We don't want you to cry. Just make sure that you wait for it to pass this line where the dominus is touching the tip. Make sure it passes that line. If you do not wait, it's going to be harder for you, buddy. So watch. Every time I hit it, pass the line, and then I jump and do the turn. Here's the turn again for you guys who are very slow, and that's okay. I used to be slow too. You basically need to practice flying to the goal first without the ball. Without it. Don't keep touching it. Go towards like this. I mean, that's the air drag tutorial. You see, I'm messing you guys up. Towards the other side. You see? Learn to do it without ball cam, and then learn to do it with ball cam. Both sides. You need to learn how to go to the left side and do it, and the right side and do it. Alright. Then the boost control is something you learn by experience as well. If you don't have that much boost, then it will be harder for you. If you do have a lot of boost, then this is easy. As you can see, just a little pass, a little touch, and then I'm going to do the snipe one more time where I flick it, and then I'm going to be done here. Alright. And you can dribble like this. This works, but just make sure when you go up to the wall, you wait for it to roll. Ooh, that was the first one I missed. Wow, that's amazing. Alright, I actually almost had a perfect tutorial here, but then I just missed. Alright. Here we go. As you can see, it gives it a little height to it sometimes. It will give it a lot of speed sometimes. if your teammates are in front of you, it makes it easier to like just dart it to them. The opponents won't be able to react fast enough. Like, look at that. That shit is bomb. Alright. Well, that is everything I wanted to do for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. If you aren't in here, I love you guys so much. I'm going to be streaming. Oh, let me do an important announcement before I leave. I am doing a 100 crate giveaway. I mean, not 100 crate. 100 C3 item giveaway. Let me show you how many items I have first. How many crates? What am I saying? I'm fucking stupid. Alright. This is how many items, crates I have. God, can I talk? Can I speak like a normal man? Alright. Look at the amount of crates that I have. I have, I think, 48 to 49. Let's see, 7 times, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have 7 times 7 is 40. Yeah, I have 48 crates, 48 C3s. I need 52 more C3s. If you have C3s, let me know, because then I could do this giveaway faster and everyone will be happy. I already have the money for the keys ready, so that as soon as I get these crates in, I will be able to do the giveaway. And I'm going to be recording a video about a top 10 goals for all my subscribers. So if you have any cool goals, or you don't have cool goals, go get some, because there's going to be a top 10, and if you do good enough, I will put you in there, or I'll put you in the next one. It depends. But there will be one. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.